Hello, what up? Hello, my friends. Hello, hello. Clean my lens real quick. Give me a like if you could hear me. If the audio's working. Anything? I'm just playing. Can you hear me? Just taking a walk. Wait for some other people to get in here if they are. I'm waiting for my mother to get home. My mother and her boyfriend. Oh, hey, Ashley. Yeah, my mother and her boyfriend went to Walmart, of course. The one time I need something from them, they're not home. They're always home. The one time. So I figured I would just take a walk around town, talk a little bit about how I'm home, why I'm home, and stuff like that. I just wanted to touch base. I was thinking I could make a video about why I decided to come home from walking across the country, or my attempt, but I figured instead of making like an impersonal video where I say, oh, I didn't feel I wasn't in it, you know, blah, blah, I figured I would just go live. Felt like that's more personal and gives people a chance to respond in real time. I know it's 1 o'clock, but I kind of have a lot of stuff to do, so I figured this was just like a good time to pop on and talk while I'm kind of doing nothing. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you watching too. There's about 5 more videos for the 175 miles that I did accomplish, and if you notice, I'm back home, back in Shamokin here. I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it. I went out to California. I stopped at Venice Beach, went to Santa Monica Pier, and then I walked to Barstow, California. I did like 175 miles, and I really just wasn't feeling it. That's all. Moral Compass, hello, and Kamilu from Poland, hello. Wow, going overseas right now. Coming to you live from Shamokin, Pennsylvania, USA. And it's crazy. Excuse me. Yeah, like I said, I felt like I should just pop on here live. And it's better than making this video. I could have made some long, drawn-out video about why I came home and why I stopped walking across the country and whatever. But I felt like that was just really impersonal. And doing a few minutes on live would just make more sense. Desiree, I'm good. How you doing today? And Chocolate Aries, hello. Yeah, how y'all doing? So, I'm actually waiting for my mother to come home. The one time I need something from her, of course they're not home. I should have called first, but I figured, you know what? I'll take a walk, pop on live, sit at the park for a little while, and talk. Desiree, I'm great, in need of a meeting. Me too, man, me too. I missed the 12 o'clock today. I didn't miss it. I was too lazy. Ha. Moral Compass. Woo! My cabin is 45 minutes north of Lock Haven. Definitely meet up in the spring. Absolutely. Moral Compass. So my car is ready to rock and roll. I just need something from my mother's house to get it going. And then I decided to I just realized I can't fly. Oh, yeah, same. Sucks, doesn't it? So there's some stuff going on in my personal life, and as far as like my business is concerned, I decided to get off the road. So yeah, let's just jump right on into it. So yeah, on the cross-country attempt or whatever, unfortunately for this adventure, my brain just wasn't in it. I just wasn't feeling it. It seemed like from day 0 on, every day was just a struggle and a grind, and there was no joy and excitement in the walk. I got to Venice Beach and it was like a total letdown. LA was a total letdown. I like built LA up in my head as something spectacular, this place I've always wanted to see. And then when I was actually there, it was just not what I expected and very surreal. And I think, I have a couple catchphrases like "Be here now," "You're exactly where you need to be," um, "God will never give you anything more than you can handle." There's a lot of catchphrases. "Be the change you wish to see in the world," etc. But as I walked through LA, I feel like, or as I walked to Barstow, 175 miles, I feel like God showed me everything I needed to see on that adventure. I saw people sleeping in cardboard boxes on the curb, like TV boxes. The guy was sleeping in a 70-inch TV box on the curb. Uh, I saw people living in tents along the freeway while they owned cars and were working, like working homeless. Like, just go figure. I saw people doing drugs on the sidewalk right in front of me. I saw a guy huffing Roundup weed killer, like just some crazy, crazy stuff. And just, I feel like God, like my journey was to see more homeless and kind of raise money for the homeless. I missed that part, but I decided my business, 10% of whatever I make from my business will go to Just Believe Inc. And that'll kind of be the trade-off, I guess. But that more on that in a few weeks. That's still developing my business and everything. but yeah, I think I saw exactly what I needed to see on my walk, and the plan was to walk to Needles and then jump over to St. Louis, or excuse me, Kansas City, and then walk to Casey, Illinois. So it was only going to be a section adventure no matter what. But I walked to Barstow and I did 3 days in the desert. Those videos are coming out in the next couple days. And the desert kicked my ass. My skin was dry. I was frying. I had clothes on. The sun was burning me through my clothes. I couldn't drink enough water. The desert was brutal. I had altitude sickness. I just wasn't. LA went great. Walking through LA was fine. It was when I hit the desert, shit got real. And I just felt nervous. And I know Barstow to Needles is 180 miles of nothing but desert. And I just got real scared. And I felt like I shouldn't go on. So then I pushed ahead to Kansas City. And I got out and it was negative 13 degrees. And I was like, oh, well, you know what? This adventure's over. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like the AT, the Appalachian Trail, I thought about quitting one time the entire trail. And it was just a hot day. I was dehydrated, not feeling it. The road, I thought about going home day one. And my head just wasn't in it. I wasn't feeling it. I was just like, yeah, it's just, I think I was going on my time and not God's time. I think I rushed it. I should have waited longer. I wasn't prepared financially, mentally, spiritually, physically. I didn't have the gear I needed. I just, it just wasn't, I told myself if I went into it and just struggled through the first month, I would have YouTube monetization to support me the rest of the way. But the thing is I physically and mentally couldn't even get through that first month. And I don't want to be hard on myself, as the conditions were pretty crazy, like in the desert. It was like cold in the day, 30 degrees at night and freezing, but also the sun was frying you alive. So it was like 50 degrees and I was bundled up, but also dying of heat stroke simultaneously. The desert is crazy. Rick, what up, Rick? Hello, King. Hello, everybody. Time here, 1:30 at night. Wow, it is 1:30 in the day here. Benzie, you're drying? Me too. Coyote Bill, I think I was out there like 2 weeks or something. It wasn't a long adventure. I still have a few more videos to come out. I think I have like 4 days of the desert and then the going home video. I said I was going to go hike the AT. I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I have to get back to real life. I have to get my head out of the clouds. You know, someone said to me recently that I am kind of directionless, and I totally agree. They're right. I since the AT, my head's been kind of in the clouds, and I'm not moral compass. Do not conform to the pattern of this world. Be transformed by the renewing in your mind. Then you will be able to test and prove what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. I agree with that 100%. And that's why I feel like the adventures are no longer fulfilling God's will for me. Ultimately, what it comes down to always is God's will for me in my life, what I'm supposed to do. I follow God in everything. God is number one in my life. From the moment I wake up till I go to sleep, God is there always. Never left me. He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, forever. And so I felt like the AT was God just giving me a break. And then I felt like the road walk was for God too. And maybe in a way it was because I saw exactly what I need to see and I learned exactly what I needed to learn about myself. And I have an idea of how I need to proceed moving forward in my life, but I'm not going to really talk about it for a few weeks. I'll I'll figure it out. I'll talk more about the future when the future comes a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I God put me on the adventure, and it was crazy. I was actually going to sell. Hold on one sec. Ah, crap. Are you still there? Hello, can everyone still hear me? Sorry, I clicked out. Okay, so what happened was like, oh shit! Now I lost my train of thought. So anyway, things are Rick. I did see your comments. I will definitely respond to you in a minute. And Ashley, life's too short to live someone else's dream. Live yours, no matter what that might be. God is always good. Amen, Ashley. You are 100% correct. Well, epic self-actualization. I'm so proud of you. Maybe that's what the purpose was. I thank you, thank you. So here's the crazy. Life always works out. There's a lot of revelations that happen, and so leading up to the adventure, I was supposed to do it in the spring. And a whole chain of events happened, and I felt like this adventure of road walking was holding my life up. I felt like I couldn't move on with my life until I did this road walk. And like until I did the road walk, I couldn't invest in my business, which does really good. I make a shit ton of money selling popcorn, but I couldn't fully invest in it until I did the last adventure, which was the road walk. I felt like I couldn't fully invest in God's purpose in my life till I did the road walk. Because I made a pact with God when I was 33 that I would dedicate the remainder of my life to God and other humans. And so far I'm fulfilling that, but I could be doing better. But also, like, until I did the walk, I couldn't get an apartment. I couldn't finish school. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. And so I left to do the road walk sooner than I probably should have. And I just wasn't prepared, basically. But now I'm good on the road walk. If moving forward, I'll do some pieces of it here and there. Like I'll do a 50-mile stretch here, a 100-mile stretch there. But as far as trying to bang out the road walk in one go, I'm so totally good on that. There's, as of where it stands, there's 1,500 miles left of the road for me to do. 1,500 more miles, and I could say I have walked across the United States of America. But I'm not trying to be like, if I have to do it in sections over the next 20 years, then that's okay. But basically where I'm getting at was now is just not the time. And the AT was my little break from life, and the AT gave me some like sense of purpose and healing and everything. But now it's time to it's time to move on. It's time to do what I have to do. It's time to stop neglecting my responsibilities. Like I've neglected having a place to live. I've neglected, and these are so uncharacteristic of me. Like living at my dad's house, not investing in my business, not having a job, not having the car on the road. These are so unlike me. You ask everyone I know, I'm the hardest worker. I always have a car running. I always had an apartment. I always had, and I feel like the AT put me in this weird place where I was still like in adventure wilderness mode, and I couldn't figure out how to get out of it. And I think going on the road was like my wake up call on how to get out of AT adventure mode. Like, in a way, the AT kind of ruined my life for a minute there because I didn't want to do anything but adventure, you know, and I just wasn't sure how to proceed, and if I wanted to keep adventuring. And then going on this little adventure made me realize, yeah, the way I want to proceed is I want to just settle. I just want to settle. I want a house. I want a family. I want my business back. I want my car back on the road. I want to settle. I don't want this adventure travel life. I still want to adventure and travel, but I no longer want to do these 6 month, 1,000 mile adventures. I just want to settle, you know, and I don't know. But the crazy thing is, while I was out there, right before I left, I wanted to sell my business to get the money to walk. And someone sent me $500 because they said they had a dream that God told them to not sell the business. And she knew how much the business mean to me and stuff. But she sent the money because for me basically to not sell my business. And man, I'm happy she had that dream and sent the money because now I have the business still. You know, so things work out. God always finds a way. God always makes things happen. And that's the point. I don't want to say the adventure was for nothing because I learned a lot about myself, how I want to move forward. I learned about like homeless a lot more. I learned about all the problems in California and why California is the way it is. I had someone trying to get me to sign a petition in the Skid Row area, and they were offering marijuana in exchange to sign the petition. And I'm like, damn, that's how they get all these crazy bills and laws passed, because they're offering homeless people drugs to sign their petitions, you know? And I just learned a lot. I learned a lot when I was out there. It wasn't for nothing. And let me see. Hold on. Let me catch up on some comments real quick. Rick, if you have an opportunity, check out the book, A Time to Walk, Life Lessons Learned on the Appalachian Trail by Jay Platt. He's a retired Marine and personal friend. Absolutely, I will. I'll see if it's on Audible, because I have Audible popped me for like a year of credits. I didn't even realize. And so I'll check that out if it's on there. And that's awesome. Business can bring new adventures and friends. Exactly. I own a seasonal business. Like my business, I work 7 months a year and then I'm off 5 months. So there's still opportunity to travel and adventure, but it's time to get back to that. Like I said, the AT just put me in a weird space where I just thought, hey, maybe I should be one of those people who travel full time, but I can't do that. I really just can't do that. I need to just focus on getting back to normal. I need to find an apartment. I need to get back into a gym. I need to get back into my business. I need to get back into eating healthy and right. And I haven't lived with family in over 10 years. And now all of a sudden I'm living with family. And I felt like that was another reason why I was getting pushed to walk. And so I don't know. Basically, the moral of the story is, the adventure wasn't for nothing. It was really short-lived. I don't feel like it was a failure. I feel like I got everything out of it that I needed to get out of it. It's just my head wasn't in it. Mentally, physically, spiritually, I wasn't in it. But I was exactly where I needed to be. I was being here now. God didn't give me anything more than I could handle. God put amazing people into my life on the journey. On the journey, too, I probably talked to no less than like 500 people. And that's an exaggeration. I probably talked to about 250 people. And that's 250 people that I brought awareness to, but also about 50 of them subscribed to me. So that's 50 more people seeing my videos, but also seeing my AA videos, seeing my daily prayers. You know, so maybe there's 50 people I brought to God too, and like I said, everything happens for a reason, and everyone I met on that adventure, everyone that helped me, you're all part of the reason, and it wasn't for nothing. It wasn't this wild, extravagant adventure like the AT. No, I don't think anything will ever top the AT. The AT healed me in more ways than not. I wanted to die. I wanted to die before the AT. And now I just want to live. I just want to live for God. I want to live for other people. I want to be the change I wish to see in the world. And that's something I haven't felt since I was a teenager. And when I was a teenager, I just wanted to save the world and I wanted to help everybody. And just, I was so helpful and loving. And I changed a lot of lives. And then something happened to me. Just, I got burned really, really bad by somebody. And I went down this, and then Hurricane Sandy, and I went down this rabbit hole where I was just selfish and living only for myself for so many years. And then I reconnected with God somewhere in 2014 or 15. It's just been growing since. But my whole life, I feel like I've been being called to something, and I'm getting closer to it. And it'll happen on God's time. And that's it. I mean, there's really nothing more to the story. Like I said, I could have made a video about why the walk didn't work out. I could have had some scripted bullshit where I was like, hey, didn't work out because of XYZ, but I'm honest with you here on this channel. I've vowed to be honest. I vowed to always show the good, the bad, the ugly. Joe, what up, Joe? I always vowed to show the good, the bad, the ugly here on this channel, and I thought going live would be the best way to explain why it didn't work out. And yeah, I don't know. But that's that. And if you missed everything, you can go back and watch when I post this. But does anyone, I'll open it up. If anyone has any questions, comments, yeah, I'll stay on for another like 7 minutes and we'll see what's up. Hopefully my mom's home by now. I hate sitting around. I have so much shit to do. And I'm trying to clear my storage unit out because they raised the price from $40 a month to $65 a month. I'm not paying that. So, and business, I'm trying to, there they are. Okay. But I'll still stay on for like a couple more minutes. So, yeah. Have you considered writing a book? That's a great question, Rick. I have. Eventually, I will. Eventually. The story is still unfolding. Once I have a story to tell, I'll write the book. There's something. Yeah. I feel like I can't write the book until I'm done healing. And I feel like my healing journey is still ongoing a little bit. But also, yeah, I'm going to write a book eventually. There's a couple things I want to do first. I want to make the AT documentary and stuff I've been kind of beating around the bush on. I just kind of been like existing lately, and I still go to church and have meetings and do my daily video and stuff. But writing a book is definitely on my to-do list someday. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I have a couple books. I want to write about my drinking. I want to write about my early 20s. Just stuff. I feel like everything that has happened to me through my life nothing has happened for no reason. Nothing has happened for no reason. Everything's a reason. And even the past couple months, all the experiences I've had with someone, everything is for a reason. It's all for a reason. And I trust God's will. Faith, love, hope. That's all you need. Faith, love, hope. Simple. John said it himself. I think it was John said it himself. Faith, love, hope. That's it. And dude, look at the merchant marines. It's the people that work on the big cargo ships. Seafarer. I actually have. That is I used to drink with a bunch of merchant marines. They are a rare breed of people. Maybe someday. I don't know. I don't want to go back to New Jersey. because New Jersey, I just have to work, 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 and the work never ends. And I feel like no matter how hard you work in Jersey, you never get ahead. I do miss the ocean and I miss Manhattan, but and I miss the food and I miss the attitude. But I can't go back to New Jersey. I also feel like Pennsylvania has absolutely nothing for me anymore. I feel like Pennsylvania, moving to Pennsylvania was the reason I was able to afford hiking the Appalachian Trail. And Pennsylvania has been good to me. The people haven't been really good, but the Pennsylvania has been all right to me. But I feel like Pennsylvania has nothing left to give, and I have nothing left to give Pennsylvania. I had a lot of hope for Shamokin, but low key, I think the only hope for Shamokin is to burn it down and restart. I feel like Shamokin is hopeless, and there's no reason for me to stay here anymore. And I feel like I was too slow to jump on investing in properties, and now it's the ship has sailed. But I feel like there was a great Shamokin revival going, and the revival died. That's how I feel. And as far as my business, there's no future here for my business here anyway. But I have a couple ideas of places I want to move to, and I was talking to somebody, Hunter and Tracy, about that recently, and I don't know. We'll see. I'm flexible. My business is flexible. It could go anywhere. It's online, really. But yeah. Last recommendation: Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. I will, absolutely. I'll check that one out too. I'll save those. And work, 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 work. Yeah. West Coast is better than West Coast is the best. I don't know. I do want to see the Pacific Northwest though, but I want to see it in my car, not walking. And I don't know. I didn't really like California. And if any of you live in California, I'm sorry. I'm sure you're great people. I did not like California. It was cool to see the sunset on the ocean, though. That's something I've seen the sun rise on the ocean and hundreds and thousands of times, but to see the sun set on the ocean was pretty amazing. I think that video is in there. But yeah, California was. I now know why California is exactly the way it is, and I met a lot of wonderful people. I met a few in LA, but the majority of the really, really great people were out of LA. And California is very diverse. I saw Latino neighborhoods. I saw Native American Indian neighborhoods. I saw Indian from India neighborhoods. I saw Jewish, Korean, Chinese, Japanese neighborhoods. I saw black neighbor. I saw every single type of neighborhood you can in LA, and the food, and yeah, it was definitely a unique experience. But the thing I went to see was the homeless people, and that was a really, really eye-opening experience. I spent a lot of time making sure people were still breathing and alive. And but I know people from Idaho that live here in Shamokin, and they always talk about going back. And I don't know shit about Idaho. I always thought Idaho was flat and full of potatoes. I didn't know there was mountains and everything. So I don't know. And beach, desert, mountains, valleys, weather. I know it's like New Jersey actually, but I don't know. But anyway, all right, I'm going to get out of here, go see my mother, and do what I have to do for the day. But I just wanted to pop on and talk about the walk, and I will make a video about it once the dailies are done rolling out. And it's just potatoes. Good potatoes. I love potatoes. Future business ideas, potatoes, actually, but one business at a time. But yeah, anyway, yeah. Just keep an eye out for the last few walk videos, and that's it. And today's a great day. I hope you have a great day. You're all great, and God is great. And please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, you sexy, sexy people. I love each and every one of you. God loves you. Have a great day. Bye.